there, I'm Christina Johnson, transformational nutrition coach and owner of Christina Johnson Wellness, and we are tackling a tough subject today, which is sugar. So I think we all know that eating sugar is not going to make us feel better, it's not going to help us lose weight, it's not good for our health. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people underestimate just how detrimental it really can be. And what I've seen is that I've helped a lot of people cut back on sugar and cut out sugar. And it is really amazing how quickly people start to feel better and lose weight once they get sugar under control. You know, I'm thinking about one woman that I worked with who's a little younger, and she was honestly pretty thin to begin with, but she had some extra weight around her belly and midsection that she wanted to get rid of. And she cut out sugar, and she didn't even give it up 100%, but she just cut it back significantly and started eating some healthy foods. And she just started dropping weight pretty quickly. And she was even really surprised that by how much weight she was able to lose just by cutting out and cutting back sugar. Or I think about another woman I worked with who has realized that when she starts eating sugar again, it really affects her joints and aches and pains. I have another client who struggles with MS and really is able to manage her condition through diet and lifestyle changes, and one of the most triggering foods for her is sugar. So it's just really interesting to me to see real people notice how much sugar impacts how they feel. And so that's what I want to talk about today. I want to show you 8 different reasons why you might want to consider stopping sugar. And so these are ways that you'll feel better, ways that you'll notice improvement and benefit and results by cutting out sugar. But then I also want to give you some tips on how to cut out sugar the right way, because I do think obviously it's a really hard thing to do to give up sugar, but when you approach it in a good, healthy way, it can feel much, much easier. And so over the years working with clients, I've really found that there's certain things that people do that help them be more successful at staying away from sugar and not feeling so deprived. And so I want to share those tips and tricks with you as well. But before I get started, I am curious, have you ever tried to cut out sugar before? Let me know in the comments, whether it was just for a day or for a week or for a month. Let me know if you've ever tried to cut out sugar before and how that went for you. Okay, so let's get started with 8 different reasons why you might want to consider cutting out sugar. So number 1 is it will stabilize your blood sugar levels. So if you think about it, when we eat a lot of sugar every day, whether that's just sugar like candy and cookies and chocolate and cake and ice cream, or even if it's processed carbs such as pasta and breads and things like that, no matter what the form of sugar is, when you eat a bunch at once, it causes your blood sugar to skyrocket. And then once your body releases insulin, it pulls it all out, and then your blood sugar plummets. And so just because of the way a lot of Americans are eating, we are on this blood sugar roller coaster all day long, where your blood sugar is going up and down and up and down. And as a result of that, you don't feel good. One of the big ways that it can affect you is your energy. If you ever get a mid-morning slump or a mid-afternoon slump where you just feel tired, that can be because your blood sugar is crashing. Also, when you get your blood sugar more stabilized, you'll notice that you have fewer cravings, because when your blood sugar is really low, your body will actually cause you to crave sugar so that you can get back up to normal. So by stabilizing your blood sugar, you'll notice that you have more stable energy throughout the day. You don't have those energy crashes. You'll notice that you have fewer cravings. And most people notice that their mood feels more stable, because when your blood sugar is up and down, that can make you feel more irritable, more prone to feel stressed out or anxious. And so reason number 1 to cut out sugar is to stabilize your blood sugar, because you will just feel so much better. You'll feel more stable throughout the day, mentally, emotionally, energy-wise. Okay, reason number 2 is that it will be so much easier to lose weight. We often blame fat on making us fat. In reality, when you're eating a lot of sugar and processed carbs, that is going to be likely stored as fat in your fat cells. And so when you cut out sugar, your body is able to stop storing fat and start burning fat. And so it will make it so much easier to lose weight once you really get the sugar eating under control. Okay, number 3, the third reason why you want to cut out sugar is because it will help your hunger levels normalize. So I think what happens is that, sugar is a very hyper palatable food. Once we eat it, we just want more. It sends a signal to our brain, and our brain just desires it more once we eat it. And so when you're constantly eating sugar, then your brain just wants it more and you crave it more. And I think also that we just tend to feel a little out of control. We feel like all we can do is think about food and sugar. And so by cutting out sugar, your hunger levels will feel much more stable. You're not going to have those intense cravings or urges or thoughts about sugar, which will make you feel more in control around food, which is what I know a lot of my clients in particular really appreciate, not feeling like food is controlling them. Okay, number 4, cutting out sugar will definitely support your immune system. A lot of times sugar can suppress our immune system, it taxes it, it just makes it harder for our body to fight off any virus or illness or anything that we come into contact with. So by cutting out sugar, you're just giving your immune system a little bit of a boost because you're not suppressing it with eating sugar. Number 5, this is an interesting one, but I have found a huge connection between eating sugar and balancing our hormones. So, for example, one common condition that a lot of women face is PCOS, and that can be managed really well by managing your sugar intake. Also, a lot of people have pretty significant PMS symptoms, and that can be also managed by regulating sugar. So you would be surprised how much your hormones can come into balance and how much better you'll feel when you cut out sugar. All right, number 6 is you will just feel better physically. So for a lot of people, as I alluded to at the beginning, they feel like their joints feel better, they have less aches and pains, less stiffness. And other people notice that their digestion improves significantly by cutting out sugar. So they just have like better, more normal digestion. So feeling better is another big reason. Number 7 is cutting out sugar will really dramatically reduce levels of inflammation in your body. Inflammation is such a huge driver of weight gain, of all kinds of chronic diseases. And so anything that we can do to lower that inflammation will help you feel better. It will just improve your overall health and make it easier to lose weight. And then number 8 is that cutting out sugar is going to reduce your risk of future health diseases. So there are so many links and research between sugar and major diseases. Even certain types of cancer are fed from sugar. There's, Alzheimer's can be linked between sugar and dementia. There's links there as well. If you look at heart disease, diabetes, all of those have a link to sugar. So there are so many different major health conditions that they're learning more and more is a link between sugar and those health conditions. So, quick recap. These are the 8 reasons that you might want to consider cutting out sugar. We've got number 1, stabilize your blood sugar levels so that you feel more stable. Number 2, it's much easier to lose weight. Number 3, your hunger hormones will normalize so that you feel more in control around food. Number 4 is it's going to support your immune system. Number 5, it will help balance hormones. Number 6, you'll just feel better, fewer aches and pains, better digestion, and so on. Number 7, you'll reduce levels of inflammation in your body. And number 8 is reducing your risk of future health issues. So those are 8 reasons why you might want to consider cutting back on sugar. But I know that it is easier said than done to cut out sugar. It can feel really challenging because it is like it's almost addictive. We get so much pleasure and joy from foods that contain sugar that it feels near impossible sometimes to cut back on. But I will tell you that when you do it the right way with the right of approach, that it actually is not as hard as you might think it would be. I think of one woman, Darlene, who I interviewed on Facebook Live several months ago. She told me that there was no way she thought she could give up sugar, amongst other things. But after going through my 21-day clean eating reset and really taking a healthy approach to cutting out sugar, she said it was so much easier than she ever thought it would be. And as a result, she just felt so much better, more energy, those aches and pains went away. She started losing weight. And so she was very surprised that it wasn't quite as hard as she thought it would be. Or I'm thinking of another woman, Terry, who did my 21-day clean eating reset a year ago now. She, when she first came to me, said that she felt like she was addicted to sugar and carbs. But again, we approached it in the right way, and she was so excited. Within 4 days, her cravings for sugar went away, and they never came back during the entire course of the program. So let me share with you some of those tips that can help you really cut back the cravings so that it feels easier to give up sugar, or at least to cut it back significantly. Okay, so tip number 1 is a kind of a mindset tip. So I highly recommend committing to going all in on cutting out sugar for at least 1 week. So, you know, it's kind of hard when you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're like, yeah, I'll try to eat less sugar, but it's hard to notice any improvements. But if you decide, okay, I'm at least for 1 week or longer going to avoid all sugar, you will notice some pretty dramatic and positive effects pretty quickly, which makes it motivating to continue staying away from it. Plus, once you commit for at least a week, you're getting the sugar out of your system, you're letting your taste buds readjust, and that's what's going to help the cravings go away. So that's my first tip, is just commit to really doing it full for at least a week. Okay, tip number 2 is drink lots of water. So a lot of times we think we're hungry, we have cravings, when actually we're just thirsty and dehydrated. And I know you know that you need to be drinking water, but there's so many people that know they should be drinking more water, but they're just not doing it. So if you want to get those cravings under control, you've got to start by drinking at least 64 ounces of water every day. Okay, my third tip for you is to use the crowding out philosophy. So my recommendation isn't to just cut out all sugar and that's it. If you're going to cut out sugar, you need to have a plan for what to eat instead. What are you going to eat to fuel your body with the nutrients you need so that you feel full, that you feel satisfied, and that you're not thinking about sugar all the time? So the best way to do that is to make sure you're getting protein, fat, and vegetables with each of your meals. By doing that, it really will help you to feel more full and satisfied, and that will, maybe not the first day, but over a couple of days, you'll start to notice that those cravings feel so much more manageable, and they will eventually go away. So make sure that you're not just focusing on not eating sugar, but that you're focusing on eating lots of really good healthy food that will nourish your body. Okay, my fourth tip for you is that sometimes it really is helpful to have a good quality multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement, because it's been shown that certain deficiencies in certain nutrients can trigger cravings. So for example, if you're deficient in chromium, you are more likely to crave sugar. If you're deficient in magnesium, you're more likely to crave chocolate. And so just by making sure your body is getting all the vitamins and minerals you need, it really can make a big difference. And I've noticed this myself. When I am consistently taking a good multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement, I notice that I just stop thinking about sugar and chocolate and carbs nearly as much. And so that's one thing you might want to consider, is just taking a good quality supplement. Now, I'm a really big believer that you want to make sure that you're getting a good supplement, because there's all kinds of vitamins and minerals out there. Some are better than others. And if you're going to invest money in a supplement, you want to make sure that it's a good one that's actually getting results. So a lot of the vitamins that are out there are just too hard for your body to absorb. And so they're just going in one end and out the other, and they're not going to actually do much good for your body. So feel free to reach out. I've got a few different multivitamins that I've personally tried and really like, so I'm happy to share those with you if you have questions about that. Okay, and then my last tip for you is, as your body is getting rid of that sugar out of your system, your taste buds will adapt. And so start to use more natural things to add a little flavor. And I think you'll notice that things like fruit all of a sudden taste a little sweeter. Or you can add vanilla or cinnamon, and that gives food a nice sweet flavor to it. So use those natural things and appreciate the sweetness in those, the fruit, the vanilla, cinnamon, things like that. And so that you still get that sweet flavor, but you're not relying on the hyper palatable concentrated form of sugar. So those are my 5 tips, and I really do believe that when you approach cutting out sugar in the right way, and you're also nourishing your body and giving your body the nutrients it needs, it is so much easier to cut back sugar because your cravings are going down, you're feeling full and satisfied, and you don't feel that need, that urgency to eat sugar and carbs all the time. So, before I wrap up, I wanted to let you know that if you would like a proven step-by-step program to follow to help you cut back on sugar and just to improve your overall health, then I'd love to invite you to consider joining the 21-day clean eating reset. So this is a program we'll begin next Monday already, and in this program I just guide you step by step through the process of cutting out sugar and other problematic foods, but also showing you exactly what to eat so that you feel full and satisfied, so that the cravings go down, and so that it's easier to stick with eating healthy. And I truly believe, I get it, not eating sugar is hard, and you may even be thinking right now, there's no way I could give up sugar. There's no way I could give up, bread or whatever it is for you. But I promise you that when you do have the right approach and when you have some accountability and some support, it really makes all the difference. And so because of that, I've designed this program to include quite a bit of support. So we have weekly group coaching calls so that I can guide you through the program, answer your questions, help you stay on track, and you can also get to know the other people in the group and receive encouragement from them as well. And then we also have a private online community where you can ask questions, and I will be in there every day posting additional tips and ideas and answering any questions that you have. So you will be fully supported every step of the way. And I'm just really excited for this program to start. We've had quite a few people join already. They're already in that online community, introducing themselves to each other, providing encouragement, which I love seeing. And so I just think this is going to be such a great round of the 21-day clean eating reset. And I know that for a lot of people right now, it's been hard. It's hard. You're spending time at home more. You're having to cook more. There's more stress eating and sugar around. And so it can be a really great time right now to focus on your health and weight loss goals. And so if you're feeling that it is a good time, that you would like a step-by-step plan, plus a lot of accountability and support, then please consider joining us in the 21-day reset. We have our kickoff call tomorrow night, and I'm sending out all the program materials tomorrow. So today is the best day to join so that you can get access to all those right away tomorrow, join us live on our kickoff call, and then have the weekend to get ready so that you're ready to go on Monday. So if you're ready to register, go to ChristinaJohnsonWellness.com/spring-reset. And I will add that link to the comments once I'm done. But go there, it gives you tons of information about the program, or there's a big green button at the top that says I'm ready, sign me up. Just click that button and you can enroll there in under a minute. So it's quick and easy to sign up. You'll get a welcome email from me right away. And then as soon as I see that you registered, I'll create your account in the online program, Better, which is what we use. And that way you'll be able to access it, and that's where you'll get all your program materials and have access to the coaching calls and everything else you need. So I sincerely hope that you consider joining us. This program, I just love offering it because people experience such great results, and it truly does set them on a path for a better life. And so I'd love to help show you how to do that as well. If you have any questions about this or anything that I talked about in regards to sugar today, feel free to send me a message or put a comment down below this video. And other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the reset next week. Bye for now.